Hello and welcome to a presentation called Reality 2.0 because plain reality is just so last century. We're going to be talking about augmented reality today. We're going to start off with an introduction. What is it and how does it work and what do I need to know about it? Augmented reality has a lot of different definitions. Many of them are rather complex, but simplistically put, it's where reality and virtual reality meet and blend together. A timeline of augmented reality is actually pretty surprising. It seems like it would be brand new technology, but in 1968 was the first time there was an augmented reality system created, which is actually before the birth of the internet. So this is not a new tool. It's been around for a long time, but it hasn't really been accessible by everybody until recently, when smartphones were put into people's hands and they had access to a camera and internet access. So some ways that AR is already in use, because this helps to build a little bit of prior knowledge. If you can understand how it's being used in other areas, then you can begin to understand how it can be used in your own classroom. So for example, advertising is using it to help consumers try it before they buy it, to extend their product experience, to give extras to customers, and to help customers find deals and products. It's already used in sports to give added information, to take a closer look at what's actually happening on the field, to label for understanding, such as in football when it labels the goal line or the 10-yard line. As well as to help improve skills. You see in this picture, it's helping to improve a skier's skill by making it a game-like atmosphere with Google Glasses. It also is modeling as well. Here you can see a card that's being used to model this player's bat swing. It's also already in use in driving and in maps. It can provide guidelines for merging with other traffic as well as directions with your maps. It also provides added information on maps about local businesses or things nearby. Yelp actually does that with their monocle tool. If you want to check that out, you use the monocle tool and can scan the area around you and it'll give you reviews and tell you what's nearby. It also will give you ratings for those places. It also can give you a look inside or 3D models of maps. Instead of just having a 2D representation of mountains, it can give you a 3D representation. Also, publications are using this a lot as well. It adds life to print media. It gives extra information, interactive models, links to social media. You can stream live video through it and give reader options like, for example, here, what do you want to be the front page story? And then would you like to watch it through video or read it through text as usual? Museums are actually using this a lot right now. It adds layers of meaning to art. Some artists are beginning to use augmented reality as actually a part of their artwork. It also provides additional information either from the artist or just historically or about the creation of that item. It can also provide interactive exhibits, tour guides, and even to see it in reality, such as this example with dinosaurs. Gaming is also utilizing this a lot. You have games where there are actually targets, and from that target it creates an experience, but also an immersive environment type experience where it takes the environment that you're in and just adds a layer to it, such as this ghost hunting app or this zombie one. There's lots of really interesting stuff out there. So actually, augmented reality, whether you realize it or not, has become a part of our daily lives and is used all the time in so many different ways, we probably aren't even realizing how much we use it. Some of the educational research is new, but marketing has a lot of money and a lot of resources, and they're not going to invest in something unless it works. And their research shows that it increases viewing and interaction time as well as user buy-in. It also supports the psychologies of touch, storytelling, neurolinguistics, and risk management. By risk management, it means it gives you a model with which to interact with without there being any sort of risk. For example, if you're dissecting a frog and you make a wrong cut, if you only have that one frog, well then you've just lost points on that assignment. But if it's an augmented reality frog, you can make that cut over and over again until you perfect that skill. Aura is one brand of augmented reality. And recent research shows that there's been 35 million auras viewed. 20% of all of those viewed were for use in education, which means already up until this point, there has been over 7 million augmented reality experiences happening in classrooms around the world. So this is not just a trend. This is definitely here to stay. You don't have to take my word for it. There is research, new research that's showing a lot of uses and growth and gains by using augmented reality in education. For example, this one right here, a systemic review of research and applications showed gains in learning, motivation, collaboration, and increased experience, decreased cost, current information, and exploration, all through augmented reality in the classroom. This one right here, augmented reality in education, actually showed an improvement in test scores, note-taking, and understanding, as well as examples of AR activities in content areas. Also, if you're more of an audio-visual learner, TED Talks have a variety of short videos about AR and how it works and how it can be used. So, some ready-made resources. What does it look like and what are some examples? What can you apply today? So, Arloon is one brand. They have a variety of science apps, such as the solar system, chemistry, plants, anatomy, and geometry. These apps can be purchased separately or bundled. It's very low cost. You can improve your logical spatial skills through 3D geometry. You can travel the solar system and hold a planet in your hand. You can combine elements virtually on your table. You can plant and grow, cultivate your own virtual plants, and you can dissect the human body as well. Daggery is also a very high quality brand that's offering apps for education. They have an Elements app and an Anatomy app. The Anatomy app has the entire human body, and then one that's specifically the heart, and you can dissect it by layer. It's really very detailed and high quality. Also, the Elements, you can purchase the blocks, or you can print out the free targets and kind of origami style make the blocks for free. You scan them and it actually shows the element inside the box, and it'll give you information about that element. And then you can combine some elements to create those new elements as well. You can actually watch it happen in your hand. NASA Spacecraft 3D is also free. It's a free app, and it actually is a great idea for a nonfiction reading companion. So for the Mars exploration rover, there's actually an excellent nonfiction book out there right now. And how great would it be for students to then be able to scan the target and actually take a look at that Mars rover in 3D. It actually puts it on their desk, and they can zoom in and look at that. And it actually includes all different types of spacecraft that they have used recently. Zoocasm is also really interesting and fun. It's a free app, though it has in-app purchases to open up more resources within the app, although I think it's 99 cents to open up all of it, so it's really still very cost effective. It offers 3D interactive animals as well as audiovisual informative presentations, so it really brings the animal world to life on a student's desk. ShapeQuest by CyberChase is a free app as well. It's a PBS resource, and it's gaming, and so it has that intrinsic motivation. You know, you want to earn the points, you want to pass the level. It helps support 3D spatial skills, specifically in geometry. And all of these apps, all of these augmented experiences really support all of the different types of learners. So you have visual spatial learners, audio learners, hands-on learners will really glean a lot from these types of experiences. So there's lots of ways that this can be integrated into different content areas. I'm not going to go through every single one. You can access this on the Teacher Share Drive and take a look at your specific content area and some of the things, some of the resources for augmented reality that's already out there available to you. But this is just kind of a brief list of some of those, just a quick preview of how it can be applied. There's even school-wide uses. Teachers can actually use free resources to help create their own augmented reality experiences or to allow students to create their own. So there's really just kind of no limit to what you can do with this. Many standards are supported and reached through augmented reality. Common Core, Next Generation Science, Louisiana State Comprehensive Curriculum are all supported and augmented through augmented reality. There's so many ways augmented reality can be applied. It really can hit pretty much every content area on pretty much every grade level. You've just got to find the right augmented reality tool for you. Also, it supports a variety of ISTE student standards such as creativity and innovation if you allow students to take that extra step into creating their own. It actually also helps research and information fluency because most of these have to do with using digital resources to find more information, to explore a topic more. Many of them also involve critical thinking and problem solving and decision making skills, such as that PBS, Cyber, Chase. It's about solving a problem spatially. It also improves technology operations and concept skills within students because students are having to use a camera, they're having to access the internet, they're having to learn how to scan the target. All of those are technology skills that are supported by this. Right here is a tiny URL link. It will take you to a Symbaloo. The Symbaloo is always being added to. It's a digital curation tool. So basically each one of these little squares represents a link to a different website that can either give you research about AR, link you to a tool for AR, give you more information about AR. It's a great place for you to visit and in your own time explore some different tools and how they could apply to your class specifically. So in conclusion, augmented reality is a blend. It's a blend of reality and virtual reality. It's not just a trend, it's here to stay. It's research proven to help us to improve our instruction, to deepen student learning and increase student success. There are plenty of ready-made, free, or low-cost resources already out there. You just have to, get online and do an internet search and find the ones that apply to you. It supports across all content areas and grade levels, the standards there, as well as ISTE standards. So in closing, here are some questions for you to consider. How can you use this effectively in your classroom? What research-proven instructional strategies are you already using that you can augment with this technology? What unit do you teach that could use some revamping? What project do your students complete that AR could be perfect for adding depth to? Or what AR ready-made resources are you hoping already exist that you can search online for later? I hope that you'll visit the Symbaloo to do some research on your own and to find more tools. And I hope that you'll use these questions to help guide you in the next steps in incorporating AR in your classroom. I'd like to thank you for listening to this screencast, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Happy augmented reality exploration!